Hey guys, Alex here. I hope you appreciate how highbrow and intellectual I look with all these books behind me. I had to retake this video many times. I think it's because I've just drank too much coffee and my mind is swirling around at a very rapid pace, but I'm going to try my best here. I was just on a walk with my black Labrador, Josie, in the English countryside here, and got me thinking about a topic of discussion for today's vid. And I was throwing the tennis ball for the dog, and she was chasing it and jumping in the river and really having a load of fun and chasing after sticks and doing what she does and shaking sticks about. And I was thinking about her life and how continually joyous it is, how, you know, it's a life of fun and free food and snacks and naps and sleeps and licking plates and, you know, apart from the odd whine because she can't get access to food when she wants it. She's got such a good life. It's such a rinse and repeat joyful life. And I was thinking to myself, and this is not the first time I've had the thought, but I was thinking, is this something that we can apply to our own lives as humans? Can we live a life of continual enjoyment, fun, stress-free, surrendering to the moment, peace? Can we live in the now like a dog does, especially a well-treated dog? And the answer to that question to me was yes, I think we can. And what it comes down to is the way we understand how we create our own reality. How we see our own reality makes all the difference in whether we are able to enjoy life continually, regardless of what's going on in the outside, versus being at the mercy of what's happening in the outside world. How we see things, how we understand how mind, thought, and consciousness interrelate with one another makes all the difference. The reason this is on my mind so much is because I'm writing a book at the moment about the three principles. You might want to look up the work by Sid Banks, who he kind of stumbled on this and clarified it in very simple terms a few decades ago. And before I came across his stuff, I would have answered the question, you know, whether we're able to live a stress-free, happy life regardless of what goes on in the negative. I would have said, no, we can't. You know, our life is dependent on what goes on out there, whether it be coronavirus or people dying around you or friends and family getting ill, the economy going bad. But when you can see that we as humans create our entire reality through our own thinking, as opposed to there being this objective reality out there that is the way it is and stuff happens in there that's bad, that can affect you and create stress in you, that makes a massive difference. That simple understanding, and it's not about techniques, it's not about magic tricks, it's not about layering on new ways of interpretation and thinking and clever tricks and NLP and that kind of stuff to take on new superpowers that allow you to be able to deal with life superficially better. Superficial happiness is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about genuine easiness that you are able to navigate the world from because of a simple shift in your perspective. If that perspective was indeed in a different direction, which is, for most people, the conventional way of thinking about how our reality works, is that there is an outside of our minds, there is a reality, there is an objective reality that is the way it is, and bad stuff happens in it, and those bad things can intercept with your own life and make you feel bad. And in that sense, you are at the mercy of what goes on around you. You are a victim of your circumstances, if indeed those circumstances go bad. So you kind of don't have so much control in that sense. Now, the idea that you are responsible for your entire existence is a pretty heavy idea. The idea that you are creating everything around you is nuts, but it's extremely exciting at the same time. It sounds like a really heavy burden initially. But then you start to realize, if you create everything, if your thoughts are beaming out your reality onto a conscious sensing screen that creates every little element of your existence, then you can realize that, okay, thought is creating my reality here. So stuff that goes on out there, it's not affecting me directly, it's affecting the way I think about things, and the way I think about things is affecting what I'm seeing. So it's a kind of a two-way loop, which means that if something that I perceive as bad, so say coronavirus is going on and I'm feeling worry, knowing that the new way of thinking about reality, I'm now able to see that it's my interpretation of the virus that makes me stressed, which means that I don't need to think in a negatively interpreting way. I can actually just let it go. I can let go of the thought because I have control to a degree of my thinking, in that thoughts will arise naturally, they come and go, but I don't need to entertain them. I don't need to kind of hold on to them tight and take them seriously. And that has huge implications on how I'm able to navigate life in a way that my dog navigates life. My dog doesn't cling to her thinking. My dog sees things as they are, totally objectively, but actually at the same time, when you realize that you create everything, you realize that your entire reality is actually subjective, because it's all in how you interpret things. So you are able, in that sense, to interpret everything in a way that is conducive to your own peace. Even if you're being battered by, I don't know, strong winds or something, something physical is kind of coming into your midst and creating a very physical need to resist, you can still see that as energy, as excitement. In the same way that you can see a more kind of ethereal threat, whether it be, maybe it's someone who's kind of saying offensive words, you can interpret those words as offensive, or you could just see the situation for what it is. This is someone who is doing the best they can given the thinking they have, and maybe they're just at a difficult time in their life, and it doesn't really matter how you interpret it. You can just drop the thought of it being an offensive word, and you can just let go to it, and you can just be at peace. You can be at peace regardless of what's going on. This is something to explore a little bit further. I can't fit all of this into an 8 or 9 minute video, but I wanted to get these ideas out there. I wanted to start kind of trickling these ideas out into my video portfolio, shall we say. I wanted to get this idea starting to percolate, that you create your reality, you create everything you see around you. It's all a result of your ability to beam thought into the container of consciousness that is out there, but it's actually within you, of course. And that gives you the ability, that gives you the tool kit, the key to theoretically silly, really, because it's real, it's all around us. We are creating everything moment by moment, based on our thinking. And if we think negative things, we're going to experience negative things. If we don't entertain negative thoughts that arise, we can let them float by. We don't have to feel negative sensations, especially to the degree that we often can create through clinging to these negative thoughts. So regardless of what's going on around you, it can all be seen as just a neutral event. It's just a situation. It doesn't have to be interpreted negatively. And when you can start cultivating a kind of acceptance and a surrender and a peacefulness through which to experience life, because you know that you created it all, you can start to actually cultivate a life that is very much like the life of a happy dog running around, enjoying every aspect of life. You can see things the way you want to see them. Something to contemplate, guys. And I know that, especially if you've been thinking in the more conventional sense, this might come as a big old heavy sack of potatoes on your lap for contemplating for now. But it's been a fascinating idea for me to explore, and I'm excited to get these ideas out to you in the form of a book soon. So stay subscribed, stay posted on these ideas, and I'll be sharing more stuff about this kind of thing. But I think it's pretty game changing. And if you've got a dog, go out and give it a walk and enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. And I'll see you in the next video.